Hello, Malcolm. Hello, everyone else. Welcome back to RimWorld, our little colony of Quilin. I got my headphones way too high. Our little colony of Quilin is here. I don't know why they're called Quilin. They made up that name. I couldn't think of a name for them, so I'm happy they thought of it. I don't want to close that. I want to load it. So, quite a lot to cover since our last visit to Quilin. I had told myself I won't do another episode till I got that rec room decorated. Because I dug out that big, nice rec room. And I thought, I'll just wait till I have a chance to get that decorated. Oh my god, everything kept falling out of balance. We kept running out of food. The animals kept getting out of balance because I'm not that experienced with how to control their breeding. And it just was an endless series of near disasters and near death for the colony, even though I'm being super nice about reloading for bad incidents and things like that. So we ended up developing a lot because, you continue developing even as you're going through problems, which is true in human life too, I think. So we've physically grown quite a bit and done quite a lot of stuff because we kept having to do it. It's like, oh god, I have to get more power. Half the base is switched off and the batteries are still just balancing. Oh no, I need more food. The animal starvation ticker is up and we have nothing in storage. So huge amounts of work, and I've got the rec room half done. And there's been so many changes, as you can see if you've visited Quilin before. It's now just like a ridiculous mess of stuff in here. Sorry for the sniffling. I don't know if it's the spring or what it is. Lovely birds chirping outside. The husky team is still working away like crazy. They're lovely dogs. They're really doing probably 90% of the hauling in the base, basically. And setting them up so that the colonists can't touch the animal food boxes and only the huskies and the janitor can has worked stupendously. Absolutely saved a ton of labor. We have way too much rice. I should probably even shut down some production. I was kind of thinking the animals would rebreed back into it, but I controlled their breeding by reducing the number of females. The iguanas in particular breed like fury. Sorry for the sniffling. At one point, there were so many baby iguanas in here and adults that I just had a mass cull. And then it was a sea of corpses and blood with baby iguanas wading around in the corpses and blood, eating off the bodies of their dead brothers and parents. I mean, it was really cool. I gotta say, I didn't have to feed them for a while. Well, I couldn't. There were iguanas stacked all over the feed sites, and if that happens, the dogs won't refill it, which is something I've learned. You kind of have to sometimes jump in there, mess with your zones, and get stuff hauled. I can switch the janitor to hauling quickly to clear stuff like that, so it all works. I had to route the wiring around those as well, too. Oh god, someone's ripping off their clothing. Clever, clever. I'll show you though, I had to stick the wiring around those zones too, otherwise it can't get repaired. We had a power blowout, couldn't repair it. It's just like, oh, I need to move that, so it did. Alright, who's taking off their clothes? Eridani is pulling off his toque. It's the 64% masterwork. It would sell for a lot of money, but it'll get incinerated because it's down to 64, and we just do that. We take out them at 64. So here's the farm. We got muffalos off a passing ship. And we bought several. We bought I think 3 males and a female, or maybe it was 3 males and 2 females or something. We bought a lot of muffalo, got them in there, and I am amazed to learn that they not only make wool but milk. So they are awesome. And so we are going to probably take out the alpacas and get rid of them pretty soon. We're still mostly subsisting on alpaca fur, and I'm suspecting that the alpaca produce fur faster, or wool rather, faster than the muffalo do. Waiting to see on that because we don't dare run out of wool. We're not that high on wool. 335 muffalo, 467 alpaca. Gotta watch that because we tailor continuously to keep our good quality winter clothes in shape. The people with the kind of blue hats and blue coats, the blue stuff's muffalo. It looks blue to me, gray, blue. And the other stuff is, of course, alpaca. And our shirts are cloth or leather, depending on what we've got handy. We have loads of snow hair leather. We still have lots of iguana skin left. I really bred them up. And down here in the room, we used up the iguana skin on these armchairs, which are lovely and green, but now that I've got green lights in, they don't really look green. work in progress. So we put our mega screen television here. It's not quite centered. You just can't quite center anything in this room. It's the wrong number of squares wide. Too bad. That's how it got dug. So there's the mega screen's cast range, and you can see we've got our armchairs in there. They're all pretty decent quality, good, normal, superior. There is one legendary one, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, and they've been watching a little bit of TV in there. And then I'm putting in a wedding zone here. So I'm putting in steel chairs, and I got to monitor the quality. We're not having junk in here, so we got superior, good, good, poor, normal. Okay, we'll just deconstruct the poor. We're not having junk chairs in, so we'll just actually deconstruct that and take it out. Red's hauling out some of these lamps I'm not using. I was fooling around with the lighting a lot in here. I'm still not sure how to do it, but we're going to get another pair of green lights in here to finish lighting up this end. And we're pulling out these extra white lights. They're uninstalled. And we're using, I experimented with white light, green light, everything to light the pool table area, and you can see I've made a checkered carpet. I hadn't mentioned that, but I'm sure you've been noticing it. It's rather stark. I'm unsure about the checkered carpet. I really like the pool table, and I had fun making the checkered carpet. You know, that kind of thing is hard for me. I have a poor sense of spatial relations, so I'm like, cream, green, cream, green, cream, green. Uh-oh, which color did I have again? You know, like, really. Takes me a while. Let's get that deconstruct done now. Oh, that's why we've got a poor Phoebe is building it. She will deconstruct that. Phoebe just joined as a wanderer, and she just barely made it. She was just starting to have bad hypothermia when she made it to the relief station. We got our little armored relief stations. She made it to one. We got her in. She's okay. She's pretty cool. She was a test subject as both a child and adult. So that says test subject 11,529,914 of experiment 56,048 spent her childhood in white rooms performing mental and physical tests. Her only companion was a voice that called itself Mother. Mother rewarded success with praise and failure with harsh punishment. Melee +2, cooking +1, research +2, wardening disabled, growing disabled, mining disabled, and plant cutting disabled. Afiba Phoebe Dafo, I like her. She's 29. She's now a villager of Quilin, whatever she was before. She is pretty. She's slothful, and she's steadfast. I like her. She really likes construction, so we've allowed her to do it. But she only has a 3. She has to look, she's almost a 4. She's at 3580 out of 4,000, so she will learn really fast at it. But we've got her set up with construction as kind of a lower priority. She's got handling and cooking as high because she sort of likes both those things, and it's less critical that the job be done well. So once she's got some construction skill up, we're going to let her join the construction team for sure. She'll be great. She's got more passion than anyone else in the base for it. So we will let her get experience, but you know, if she's going to build a bad chair, she's going to unbuild the bad chair, then rebuild the bad chair, and do those things. There's Sarai, who is probably a 15 or so. We'll just do that. I don't know if Phoebe gets experience for deconstruction, so let's check. Oh yeah, no, she's getting experience for deconstruction. So that's awesome. So she can deconstruct and reconstruct her work. We'll just build a copy of this. As soon as she's got that ripped out, we'll pop the copy in and she can go about her business. And yeah, we'll let her build. And she can build when she wants, but if something's crap, then she'll be the one to deconstruct it as well. So that's kind of perfect. So we got a new chair there. It's another poor. Nice one, Sarai. Idiot. Damn. You know, and she's like a top constructor. What the hell? Normal. You guys are not on form. Lilu, I want to just deconstruct that for me. Shouldn't be wasting everyone's time with this back and forthing. So you've seen the hospital before. We've dug some more bedrooms and got them all nicely carpeted, statues in them, heated. And we're needing them because, okay, someone else is ripping off their clothes. So pop the copy of this chair in here. And I'll leave it alone. Oh, wait, I put it in the wrong place. I'll leave it alone, and I won't do this again until I'm offline, because that's obsessive and boring doing that. I like the pool table. They did a nice job with it. I have a feeling they updated the graphics for it, and the balls move around when they play now, so I don't know if they did that before, and the sound's nice. It's like cue balls clacking. So this is a wedding spot. Yeah, right. Got to finish that. So I put in the steel dining chairs because that's the only kind of chair that looked suitable for it, and they're nice. They got beauty factor. Now she's watching TV, watching television, and she's sitting in an armchair. If we go to needs, where's her comfort? Yeah, her comfort's at max right now. So she is sitting in that armchair and she is facing that TV. She just doesn't look like it, okay? So it's not a failure, they just look like that. So we put a wedding spot here, and then I selected out 2 sculptures that I knew I had. They're not the highest quality sculptures, but this one shows, I believe it's Fallow and Lilu, just when they've first fallen in love, like blowing kisses to each other. And this one shows Saburo May being rejected by Sarai, I believe was his lover at the time. And she's just telling him to leave the bed, and he's crying uncontrollably. So I thought, I mean, it's a little weird of me, and maybe a little bit like psycho of me, but I thought that would be kind of cool to have like the good and the bad of love beside this spot that's the solemn marriage spot, that's now the basis, solemn marriage spot. I did not stick a party spot in here. I stuck a party spot in here. Then they can party with food in a nice comfy surrounding. This place is regarded as beautiful and comfortable by them, and spacious and nice, so they won't be unhappy. And this is kind of more, it's like I'm reconsidering the carpet. I might take it out. I mean, people can let me know what they think, but it's a little weird. Anyway, moving along, I'm obsessed. Snap, I wasn't watching. You idiot, he's taken off his parka and walked over here. Hypothermia serious, he's about to fall over. You hoser, you better hurry. I put time up, it doesn't make him any faster. He's taking damage, she's gonna make it. And he's injured from hypothermia and waiting in safe temperature. So he's now good to negative 146. He's safe again. This is the problem. See, this is the station we used, and Phoebe took her clothing from it, and then it was empty, and then they put new clothing in it, and they put high quality clothing in it. So a colonist went out, he took off his lousy thing, put it to burn, and then he went to get a high quality one because he wanted the high quality one. And he almost bloody died. Did he get frostbite? Yeah. His right index finger is down to 3 out of 7. His hypothermia is not going to get worse, so I am going to take him over from waiting in safe temperature and send him straight to hospital because he's now safe. He's not going to get further hypothermed. I don't think. Let's watch. Yeah, it's dropping. So, oh no. What's happening here? Okay, the frostbite number is actually reducing. So does that mean his finger's falling off? Okay, he's in warmth. He's in hospital. Let's get someone in to see him quickly. Giz, you're the only person awake. He's already doctoring him. Gizmo, you're awesome. Okay, further surveys of our wild developments. I'll bring speed back down. Save our game here. That was pretty adventuresome. About as adventuresome as I like to get. So yeah, we got the Muffalo going. We dug a ton more farm balls because we had to. Oh, Snowhair's pregnant. For once, I'm saying good. Before it was like pregnant. And I'm like, oh my god, no. I've finally gotten that under control, and we have a steady supply of meat, which just ran out. I guess it's time to slaughter us a cow or something like that. Probably take out a cow. How's milk, right? Because now the Muffalo, yeah, milk is pretty flat. It was at 2,000 before. It's actually down slightly, so I don't feel like taking out a cow is really an option right now. I'm sure we've got some pregnant cows, so if we birth a couple females, then after a season or 2, I'll take out a cow when they're getting close to becoming milkers. Oh, I did end up putting coolers in here and turning them down, because in the summer, even though we had this little hole with vents, it was getting a little above 0 in here, and what the heck, it's a food storage, so let's keep it below 0. This is a rice storage only. It's just commanded to rice, and this stuff will go bad. Oh, it's frozen right now because it's 124 below outside, but during the summer it's not frozen in there, so it will go bad, but it's rice, and we're just churning rice right now because we were going out of balance due to too many animals. and got that under control, and then I had rebalanced the rice so hard by digging all these holes. It's funny, we haven't run into any more openings. We did run into some steel and stuff here and there. Thank goodness, our steel's just demolished, man. We had so much, and now I'm using it all up on these chairs. This is going to cost a fortune, especially rebuilding beds. That's okay, it's good for the constructors, and we'll get some steel. We've got deep drilling capacity, right? Like there, we got deposits everywhere. Some of them will be steel. We can just make sure we save enough steel to build a deep driller or two. And I kind of know what size steel deposits are going to look like, so I have a good chance of finding one. You know, don't go for the little ones. Those are rare stuff, you know, like... And I don't know about the giant ones. Let's take a look at them. Here's our deposits in the area. What would I pick out as probably being steel, right? I think I'd pick that out as probably being steel. That might well be steel. I don't know what the others are. Actually, I have no idea what any of them are. Of course, you're not allowed to know. That's just fun. You know, I like that. So, girl has played some pool there. Oh, he's still playing some pool. Do the balls move? I swore I saw one move. No. Maybe they don't move, and it was my eyes tricking me, because I swear I saw one move. Could be wrong. Man, the batteries are not that full. We had a blowout. 40. And we're drawing almost 60,000 negative right now, because the wind turbines are down. Just going to toss on a fan for good measure. We're kind of almost out of space to toss fans on, but I could put one on here. What's steel? 2,500. We're going to need a lot for those chairs. I think I'll hold off on the fan till the chairs are built. We'll be alright. I can always switch off a lot of stuff like that ground penetrating scanner, and a lot of the equipment up in here doesn't need to be on. Like that smelter draws 700. And all it is colonists walking back and forth the map, grabbing pieces of steel slag and making steel out of them for us. We can leave it off for a while, and then this we're not even using component assembly. We've got tons of components. We traded for loads of them. So, no problem. Crematorium, we'd leave it on. It only draws 250. Smithy, could turn it off, we're not using it. Machining, could turn it off, we're not using it. Research, we could turn it off. I mean, we're using it, but it's not a big deal. We could save a ton of power if we need to. So if we get in trouble, we'll do that. I'm not switching off my red warning lights. I figured out that it would be like, I forget how many 1,000 watts to switch them off. But it's like, no way. Imagine the trips for the colonists switching those on and off. I'd rather run out of power and starve than watch them do that. It's horrible. Oh, I got so lustful. I was looking at chess sets, and then I looked at the Jade chess set. And I'm like, Jade? Really? In my green and beautiful room with that horrible carpet? Well, we'll see how it looks when these two lamps are gone. Not going to have a great idea. Someone needs treatment. Novak, what time of day is it? It's 6 a.m. You can go to Central Hospital here, or whatever you want to call it. This one's Central, this one's Main, I guess. We got some sculptures saved up for this place. We got two really nice ones here, a masterwork and a legendary. They're both lovely, and they're your entrance sculptures. Oh yeah, and I forgot to point out, I made a silver horseshoe pin for the corner, so you can toss a lucky shoe as you come in, right? And there's Cummings tossing a lucky shoe as he comes into the... Whoops. I guess I will save then, unless I just did. I'm not even sure what I just did, but... Yep, there's Cummings. I think he missed. Red needs treatment. Okay, I'm going to let him finish hauling that parka. And then he's going to go play horseshoes. Yeah, sure. Okay, red. Bed, red. Yeah, okay. Red to bed. Got to get them treated when they need it. It's just asthma, but you don't want it to get worse, or at least you want it to get worse really slowly. We have some lungs in stock for that eventuality, and we have been excising carcinomas. The game is tossing carcinomas at me at a rather unfair speed. God, I thought that probably was one just from thinking of it. It makes the same noise. But yeah, it's been hucking carcinomas at me ridiculously. I mean, come on. I don't think that... Oops, I turned off time. I don't think it fairly represents the real cancer rates in life. Maybe it does, and I'm wrong. So, Jade chess sets. Oh, the lust. Like, look at them here. Chess table. Jade. Look at the color of it. Oh, I want it in this room so bad, eh? But it's 1,400 jade per table. And I'm thinking we want, you know, like a few chess tables in here. So we're going to end up going with slate. I'm going to get someone to take these lights out right now and just get this stuff out of here. Erica, do you haul? She's fairly new. See, there have been a few characters that have joined since we last met. We've gotten a Pren, a mid-world chef, Sid, a slave, same as Lila used to be a slave, Schultz, a lazy brute is what Schultz is, Erica, she used to be a physicist and she loves getting high and goes on stone leaf benders all the time. And Eridani, I think we had these guys, Novak the sailor, Lady, and Eridani, I think we've had for a long time. These guys are all pretty new, and Phoebe just walked in like game hours ago. Okay, so now I can see what it's like without the thing. Now it makes a pool of gray slate in the middle of the green lit slate. I'm really unsure about it all. I'm really unsure about it all. I really wanted a checked carpet, but I'm not sure about it now. Like, maybe we're better off with a straight slate floor there, and I'll get some different lighting in or something. I don't know. Look at them all building. The devils. I love it. Look at them go. Oh, they're just working like the devil. Okay, let's check their skill. Mars, fairly new person. Her construction's at 12. Lilu, old hand at the game. Construction is 15, and Sarai is 15. That's about where they hold it, because you don't have to do construction all the time, so they lose skill. And yeah, we built a new big utility room up here to jam-pack with batteries as the Warren grows. It's going to make for bigger and bigger blowouts, but if you build walls, you're fairly safe. I mean, we're fire foam poppered in most of the open areas. Someone needs their asthma treated. So off you go to main hospital. Sass, she's the best doctor among us, actually, but we've got some other decent doctors here, so that's good. Yeah, we're going to have to add more and more batteries. I'm not into installing switches and switching battery banks in and out to protect the place, but if you build walls along the entire interior, which is an enormous chore, but I'm willing to take it on for the sake of the colony at some point, and run the wiring in the walls, then when it blows, it does very little. Very little. It damages the wall, maybe wrecks some things that were attached to the wire, but it doesn't light anything on fire, and it doesn't really, it'll injure a colonist who's standing next to it, that's about it. And it makes such a difference. So I will do walls eventually for the safety factor, because all these conduits on the floor, I mean, we've had some pretty ugly blowouts. And generally I'll let it happen anyway, because, you know, like, it's one of the hazards I consider pretty reasonable. Stuff like throwing, like, 4 bug hives at me inside my farm, I don't consider reasonable. I think it's awful. I'm here on, like, base builder difficulty level. Come on, like, give me a break. It's because my colony wealth is really high. We've got a lot of rich stuff, and we're not very militarized. Really, the game expects you to be, or intends you to be more militarized by now, but instead we've built all these snowmen. Here we are, truck and steel in for the chairs. Look at the construction team. Truck and steel in for the chairs. Good construction team. Yeah, we might have to deconstruct some of these snowmen, because they're turning into a bit of a corn maze for the guys here. I'm kind of wondering if they'll ever build themselves into a corner with the snowmen. Like, they've built quite a bunch of them. I wonder if they'll ever actually block off an entrance completely with them, or if they're just, like, not able to build something that'll block off an entrance. I have no idea. It's an interesting thing. But yeah, they definitely like their snowmen. They spread out from the base, and you will find a few far in the field where constructors have been working and stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to look for them. So what else is new? Well, the ton of farms. We got our carpeting pretty finished. We got the entertainment room going. I may rip out that weird ugly rug. I may not. I'm really undecided on that. We got a spare farm ball here, but we definitely have to put in more electrical horsepower, and we definitely don't have the steel to build it out. But we have ludicrous amounts of rice coming in. Actually, I'm wondering if I should shut off some of these rice growing bins right now. I think I will. I'm going to shut off a whole stack of rice growing bins right now, because otherwise our storage is going to overcram. So let's shut that down. Let's shut those down. I'm just picking ones that aren't planted so we don't have an issue. That one has 1 plant in it, but whatever. It'll die. But that saves us trouble. They're building away. And check on these chairs. Oh, I shouldn't be. It's so boring. I'll check them later. I'll just take out the bad ones. Boy, they, you know, The construction team really dives on the thing. Less gardening gets done. As you can see, we're not planted out very much here. Man, those huskies work. They're so great. I should check them and see on their training, actually. Okay, wow, that's a lot of huskies. So yeah, we've got a bunch that we can train for haul. So we just got 3 more. Notorious, Alistair, and Poison just grew large enough to haul, or recently grew large enough to haul. So that's pretty awesome. Slow speed down again. Not much else to tour, I guess. I have not decorated the front room. I haven't received any suggestions. I didn't seriously expect to. But I guess it'll go in with a general decoration project in here, because I'm thinking these concrete hallways, especially like this big one, they could benefit with a new floor covering. It wouldn't hurt. So I might throw down some different floor covering, probably carpeting in the hallways. I, in fact, did turn cotton production up. I threw in some more cotton base here. Switched over from potatoes. I had some potatoes growing in there to reduce gardening labor for a bit, because we were overloaded on gardening labor for a while. So I'm thinking about carpeting the hallways. I'll figure out a color. The options don't entice. You know, like the carpet colors are kind of gross. Red, green, blue, cream, and dark. The cream is fine. The dark is fine, but dark carpets in a hallway seems depressing. I mean, they're well lit. Oh, they are well lit hallways. Well, maybe it'd look alright. Maybe the dark carpet's the way to fly on the hallways. Might go for it. And we did grab another geotherm way up here at one of our armored safety bastions. Someone's left some synthread pants there. Nice pants. It's okay, we're allowed to wear synthread pants, just not synthread other clothes because it's not warm enough. So yeah, we grabbed this geotherm, built the standard out of base armor on it, which is 3 thick with a 4th door because the doors are wimpier. And they'll go after whatever's weakest. We had one bunch of pirates come in and they attacked our south geotherm, way down here, same armor pattern. And they made 1 nick in the armor before they went off to attack something else. The great thing about these fortifications, which was totally unanticipated and unplanned for, is that they're so spread out that the enemy tends to split up and go after them in small groups, thus slowing down their penetration of these multiple granite doors by quite a bit. And what's generally happened is they've fled from freezing before they've gotten in, whereas otherwise, I mean, they're now showing up with at least half of them in clothing that handles it, and we've had to fight, because even with half of their dudes frozen down, they'll bash their way in and they come for us. And then we shoot one of them and they run, because they're already pretty harshed out from all their friends' deaths, but they're sending at least half of them equipped for this weather. The game's gotten wise to me, and it'll send people that are just as well cold insulated as my people. We've been okay. I hate mechanoids, did I mention? Dreadful freaking things. We need to militarize. I want to build some more good swords, and we got good guns. We've been building charge rifles, so we got most people armed. But I'd like to get some power armor built. We have quite a lot of plasteel, but I'm planning to blow a bunch of it on auto turrets once I get some more steel, which means we need a trader to come. Traders have been good. I think the Quilin, it's Quilin, the Quilin. I think the colony wealth might attract them, because we've had steady. I'm also curious to know if it would be a way to like sort of glitch the game a little if I built more comms consoles. Would I get more traders, or are traders like a weather event? Because you don't get traders if you don't have a comms console, but it might just be an on-off switch in the game. But if it was like a building thing, there's Epren, the Midworld chef, cooking up a tasty Midworld meal of rice and milk, which counts as a fine meal, and then he's going to go eat a fine meal himself. Good work, Epren. You came out, even on that one. Good job. Where are you going? He's going back to bed. It is 1 in the morning. So he came out, cooked some breakfast, he ate some breakfast. He's a good man. Good man, Epren. People are mostly staying warm at night. It's funny, this room gets by on 1 heater and this room has 6. It's because of the roof thickness. It's just the roof thickness. And yeah, what else have we done? Not a whole bunch. We put on some more windmills here and there. Yeah. Oh, we dug these 2 rooms out. And we've got a master work of an iguana vomiting into this water here forever in this little telescope bay, and I never checked, but let's see what stats we get on this room. So it's somewhat impressive, mediocre in wealth, rather tight in space, beautiful in beauty, and perfectly clean. So that's not a bad telescope bay. I don't hate it. The statue is what boosts it, otherwise it's just a tight little thing. I think I forgot to do the floor here. Slate tile. Oh, I slate tiled the floor in here to improve the beauty, and it snowed. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop some concrete in there just to match the rest of the hallway. I'll pop some concrete in there. Erica, the physicist, is sleeping away with her 6 heaters. She has the same issue as the other room, thin roof, but space is space. The Warren is expanding. I don't want to waste space. We've got an ancient danger room here, and we've got an ancient danger room completely blocking our further development. I need these corridors to meet. I need to get all kinds of stuff going on. The Warren has to grow. But we've got an ancient danger room here. Granite wall. We pop that wall. Something nasty's coming out. So the general plan is we're going to build a bunch of auto turrets. We'll pull out the lights, put auto turrets in their sockets. We'll build auto turrets in the hallway. We'll put sandbags in the hallway. And then we'll all go, like, hang out in the dining room and eat. And we'll lock the farm and lock the huskies in the farm, basically. And see what happens. And if we have to come out and fight, we have to come out and fight. And if they trash the place and break a bunch of stuff, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe we'll pull the really nice statues out. Oh, this was the thing. We traded for enough gold to make a golden statue. I confess to reloading like 5-6 times to get one that's a masterwork. Min is a great sculptor, but she kept coming out like excellent, good, excellent, good. I totally like save scummed and I got a masterwork. The art on it is Gizmo Nelson putting Red Pave to sleep with anesthetic while surrounded by scary-looking surgical tools. Gizmo has blood smeared on his face. The work is executed in an amateurish yet attractive style, and the whole image is depicted by the careful arrangement of hundreds of tiny raccoons, referring to Red surgery on the 2nd of spring, 5511, which is obviously performed on some sort of hallucinogenic chemical from the look of the raccoon thing. So we got a bunch more really nice sculptures. We've been just picking them out. That Superior actually belongs to this garden. But this masterwork, that legendary, that masterwork, and that masterwork are generally intended for this room to crank it, just to make it ludicrously nice. Because it's already ludicrously nice. Let's get the stats on it. Okay. Colors need treatment, so I'll pause. Rec room, impressiveness, unbelievably impressive. Wealth, luxurious. Space, extremely spacious. Beauty, it's only pretty. And cleanliness is clean, so yes, we have to push this room. We've got an excellent billiards table made of slate. Beauty of 46. These chairs all have their beauty points. We've got a normal sculpture and a superior sculpture there, but those we chose them for their content. Got all these chairs whose quality I shall review. Let's go find out who needs treatment and send them to bed. Rest until healed. And that's very good. So next time you see us, I may or may not have pulled out that rug. Placing the billiards table was tricky too. I almost thought of having it up here. And then having something else in this main area, like we've got a wedding area. We could make this a party spot. Oh, and put a big stash of fatties there, maybe. Because we've got a rolling station here. We could just put a preferred thing of them here. Oh, blight just destroyed our crops. That's okay. Check how empty the food balls are. All of a sudden, pop, it just all vanishes. Thank goodness you don't have to clear up the dead vegetation, eh? That'd be annoying. But, yeah, we just lost our crop, but that's okay. We've still got 14,000 rice in storage. The animals eat a couple thousand for breakfast, mind you. They use it up pretty quick. If we have a problem, we'll relaunch these rice pods. This is actually a really good test for having these rice pods knocked out because, okay, we're at 14,200. We'll see where we are in 2 or 3 colony days. Or if it starts to go emergency low, I'll reactivate them. But this will give me a good idea. You know, it's good to start with a blank slate. So they finished up the chairs. So we have our wedding spot here, marriage spot, and then the colonists really like to... a chunk of a spacecraft has fallen from space and landed nearby. The question is how nearby? Very nearby, so we'll throw a deconstruct on that bad boy, because there's components and steel in that. Novak's hauling steel back from God only knows where. Where are these people coming from? There must be some steel from something. Oh, it's from some raiders that were trying to shell us. I forbade off the packaged survival meals because I don't want people going down to eat them and going back. But they're coming to get the steel. We took the mortar. Yeah, they came to try to shell us, but they all succumbed to frostbite. Oops, too bad for them. There's Sarah. Perfect timing, man, because then I can get her to grab the components. Okay, Sarah, you can have that first. She's just puffing one quickly down. And then she'll run for it. So we're going to get her to grab these components, because components, unlike the steel there, do deteriorate outdoors. They get all rusticated. And so we'll get her to pop those in storage, and we will let her finish the task. A lot of the time I let people off carrying the second they're in the door. But now I got this all set up here, and components are stackable, so she didn't stack them at all. She didn't even try to stack them. Sometimes they just won't stack, and when you end up, yeah, we got all different number sizes where they should all be 50s. But we got 45, 38, 40, you know, blah, 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 blah. I guess what it is she targeted a spot that wasn't close enough to these stacks. If she targeted a spot that was closer to these stacks, she would have done it. That's the way it is. So if I did organize storage and made it so that everything was in its own little box, then they'd be far more likely to stack. But then it's really hard to judge how big to make each box, you know, based on what you have and going to have. I mean, look at all the organs we've got. That's a pain stopper. Yeah, we have some people suffering pain from injuries, and if it starts getting severe enough to bother their mood, you know, we'll do something about it. This place is always colder inside than it is outdoors. Yeah, it's 112 below outdoors, 115 below in there. I have no idea why, but it's just a hollowed out small mountain. That's all it is, hollowed out small mountain, and it's nice. It's a cold mountain. This place has mostly constructed roof. No, it says overhead mountain, rock roof thin, constructed roof in here. That's right, constructed roof in here, and constructed roof in here too, which is why the kitchen has like 92 heaters, because it's got constructed roof all over, so it's hyper cold. The steel walls probably don't help, but I really like the look of them. That's why I haven't mined the steel and other stuff in the walls. Like, we've got jade up in here, but look how pretty it is, you know? Like, I love the jade. I'm never taking that out. I don't even care that it glitches the way the flooring looks. It's too nice. There's no beauty to it for the colonists. We've got silver here. That's nice, and you only get like 35 silver each for mining it out, so whatever. I did try making a silver tile pad for the silver horseshoes peg, but it looked bad. I'm really not sure about this frickin' rug. I don't know. Anyone wants to give me a suggestion, but it may have gotten changed by next time. Okay, it's nighttime, so you're going to Central, because that's more convenient for Gizmo. Central Hospital is nice. Now, it says in the game that people can watch TV while they're in bed in a hospital. So I set the TVs up so they got the throw range right on the beds. But I have yet to see anyone, even when they're not sleeping, get any joy gain in a hospital at all. So either it's bugged, or else maybe you have to stick the TV right up to the bed or something. I don't know. You have to stick vitals monitors right next to beds. So maybe beds need to... Oh, no, solar flare. Okay. We have a bit of an emergency on our hands here, especially with these incredibly cold temperatures. It's 122 below out. So we are got to get out temperature, and we've got to grab campfires. And we're going to put 2 in here, 1 in here. Oh, no, that's not a good place. Put 1 here, and maybe we'll go with 3 in here. Oops. Go with 3 in here, campfires. And then we're going to grab these doors, set them to hold open, so the heat's distributed. And now we're going to have to get the construction team out of bed. Lilu, you'll be building that. And I believe Sarai, you'll be building that. And fallow, if they haven't taken that already. Okay, they've reserved these, so they are going to bring enough wood for them. So I just need to snag 2 people, so we will save our game on those instructions. Put our speed to maximum. And out go the lights, because it's a solar flare. We can watch the whole place drop down, but I do need to catch those guys on their way in the door. But yeah, you can watch the whole place shutting down. All our little red lights will go off. Everything's going to shut off. The second those constructors are up in there, I have to jump on their butts, because they're just going to build one fire and run off. But they brought enough wood for all the fires, right? Whoa, stop, Sarai. So she's got to finish the job. Oh man, I'm slow on the clicking. So yeah, okay, and then Sarai, grab that last one, and Lilu, grab this, and we'll get those built. Okay, that should be good. That should probably keep the animals warm. And so we can go watch the base shut off. Let's watch all the pretty lights turn off, eh? One by one, everything's going to shut down. So it's a massive solar flare, and our electrical system is basically broken. Luckily, everything will remain intact. It doesn't actually break anything, which is really nice. Otherwise, it would be a horrific hazard. Wow, the heat's still on in one of these. Yeah, we got a heater still cruising there. Devices shut down slowly. I mean, the base has so many lights and machines and devices that the gradualized shutdown path of a solar flare event takes quite a while. It's kind of cool. Like, you can imagine them just being in their rooms while the lights and heat go out, eh? Just one by one, the lights in the corridors and the heaters. The heaters do provide light, lit 50% just to a little bit around them. Everything's shutting down. The rice plants are all going to die. Hopefully no animals are on fire. Okay, we got 21 Celsius in here and holding. Of course, the heaters just died, so we'll see. It's 122 below out. It's dropping down in here. We don't want to freeze anything out. But we're good so far. We'll just save our game again. Wow, the whole place is just dead. Yeah, that's plants dying because of cold. The ones that haven't died because of lack of electricity to their hydro systems. And we gotta watch the temp in here. We've got 20 in there, 18 in there, 19 in there. It looks pretty good. So, total of 5 fires. I think it's holding it. We got 3 colonists idle because all the machinery's down, so they have no work to do. And the whole place is pitch black. Oh, the flare's over. We got to get those fires deconstructed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, Sid's in here doing janitorial work. Good girl, Sid. So we're going to grab our constructors, and Lilu's gone back to bed. What time is it? 10 a.m., Lilu? I'm sorry. But deconstruct. Sarai. Deconstruct. Fallow. Deconstruct. Mars. Deconstruct. And the newest member of the construction team, Phoebe. Deconstruct. That should get those taken care of. And they won't freeze out. Their heaters will come back on fast enough. But I never order those deconstructs until you got your power coming back, because as soon as they pull those fires out, the temperature is going to fripping plummet. Oh no, are you doing this to me right now? Sid's switching her clothes. I have to make sure she doesn't go outside. It's 120 below outside. I'll ignore the problems with fires and stuff. I think the heat will come back on fast enough for the animals not to die. Although it is going to take a while for everything to switch on, just as long as it took for it to die. So we're going to... Oh, it's Sarai that's switching her hat, not Sid. So where's she getting a hat? She's getting a hat right here. Sweet. Perfect. All done. Save game on that. Well, I hope I didn't kill my animals here. Let's go check the temperature in there. Little farmio. Sorry for the scrolling. I know that's brutal on the eyes right there. So it's now 1 Celsius, 0 Celsius. In here it's 5 Celsius. In here it's 0 Celsius. Collins needs treatment. Sarai, you're a busy one today. Rest until healed. And then we'll just turn speed down to 1. That makes the scrolling a lot smoother. And we'll watch that temperature. So the heaters are coming back on. We good to go. It's cold in there. It's -4 in the lizard room. Oh boy, how cold can they take it? Let's see. How cold can they take it? They can only take 0, so Let's see, health. No injuries. Wow, that's a close run. It's -5 in the lizard chamber, man. That's a close run. The heaters are just popping on in this area. Jeez. Okay, it's going up. It's going up. Thank the graciousness of graciously. Now let's hope we don't have a power out event all of a sudden. This would be just the time the game would select to go zzz blam on you and blow out your whole system. Okay, we got the heat back on. I was a little nervous there. I think I pulled those campfires a little on the early side. Okay, we can let these doors close again. I'll just take off the hold opens. And that's all good. Happy, happy times. I don't want the animals to have to stare at each other while they get their throats slit or whatever. You know, just doors. Privacy. Privacy. Love the farm. It's doing great. We are going to eliminate the alpacas. There was someone training someone for haul there. They just failed it, but they're working on it. Turn it back down to 1. It's brutal. So she's planting, because there's power in here, but there's no light yet. So the plants, will that bother them? No, they just need light. It's not going to bother them. They'll just sit there in the dark till they get their light, which will be soon. Everything's coming back on. It must be so neat walking around the place and having everything just slowly like kicking on around you. She's got light to work with by that heater. So glad the heat's back on. I bet there's a lot of cold places in here right now. I swear that hydro light's going to be the last thing to come on. My dog was outside this whole time. What have you been doing? Oh, hi. He's got himself a sock. Well, let's give the dog a hello. Oh, clonk bang. Hi, Snoopy. Hi. Hi, aren't you going to look at the camera? I can't tell what you guys can see of him at all because I don't have any. I only have one monitor here, you know. So, winter, yeah, it is a winter tour of the winter colony. We dug our first exploratory corridor down here. I'm really hoping to find an internal geotherm in here. I am getting hard up for power, and I don't like how many fans I've got. I've got ship reactor researched, and it looks like they've added the need for uranium to it. So we're going to have to trade uranium to build ship reactors. We have to build the frippers outdoors, unless we find an open space in here of like enormous size, which we might. Sometimes you find like a hidden valley or whatever. If we do, I'll really want to put reactors in it and have them stashed away like that. But I'm looking at this spot, and I could probably fit a few in if I start chewing some holes in it. But I think you have to de-roof the whole area that you build the reactor in, and then you can re-roof it afterwards, which is just like, damn. But I guess we can throw a couple in here too. That's a natural place to want to put them right there. And they require no maintenance. They never break down. The only thing that can happen is the power conduit blows. So nice. They're the best power source, but they're so expensive to build. Really expensive to build. And they only give 1,000 watts. But it's 1,000 watts steady, and they never suffer a parts failure at all. So over the long term, they're a good solution. Over the short term, they're way too much price for the juice. You get way more energy out of a wind turbine. Wind turbines are better than pretty much anything. Wind turbines are really the best energy source in the game. They're reliable enough, and they give you more power per steel and components than anything. You know, but if you have a lot of them, you end up with all this, as you can see, maintenance going on the damn things all the time. It never ceases. Aw, look how pretty we are at night. We're like evil Christmas. And we've got our main lights at our main entrances, so people come and can be like, oh, thank God. Oh my God, it's a huge building with lights on it. And oh my God, there's people. You know, like, can you imagine walking around? It's 114 degrees below zero. You come to this like armored fortification with a red light. You're like, hello? Hello? And they're like, go inside through the 3 doors, turn left, take the clothing, put it on, and proceed following the red lights. Avoid the fan blades. Come to the white lights at the entrance, and you'd be like, oh my God, it's a castle built into the rock. Wow, it's a little ramshackle and rickety with some tin roof here and there, but I'm heading in and I'm joining. And they do. We've got quite a few. I think we have 22 or 23. Someone needs treatment. It's Valdez. Main hospital, please, Valdez. Valdez to the main hospital. I like Valdez. She's not quite a jack of all trades like Gizmo, but she's good at some things. Let's see. She's good at construction, and she's good at growing, and she's awfully good at mining. She's a brawler. She has creepy breathing and a green thumb. Heater broke down. I'm pausing on a heater breakdown. Gizmo's treating her asthma. 87% quality treatment. Good work, Gizmo. He's the night nurse. Night nurse. And he is now up to medical 12. Look at his skills and passions. He's incredible. He was a genome sculptor. Engineered in a lab. Gizmo was engineered in a lab as part of the genome project. He was implanted at birth with encyclopedic knowledge of all aspects of xenobiology. The genome scientists nicknamed him Gizmo and occupied him with sculpting. He developed a love of sculpting gnomes and gnome accessories. And Gizmo was a xenobiology professor in a glitter world university. He went to conferences and managed an art gallery. However, he never stopped sculpting yard gnomes and considers this to be his true profession. And I'm not even letting him do his art because he's such a maximum freaking grower. I mean, he is allowed to do his art, but I don't think he's been getting many sculptures off. Sorry for the fast scroll, that's ugly. Let's see if he's working on any. Author Fallow, 285 work left. Maghar, 241. Mars, 86 work left. And the last one is Min. So Gizmo doesn't have a bench right now, but maybe when Mars polishes hers off, she's almost done it. So, you know, the ones that are down on 3, it's slow. Maybe Gizmo will get a bench. He does get a bench once in a while. We got loads of sculptures to sell if an exotics comes by. Let's really hope one does. Because we need to sell some stuff. We're not like hyper overstocked. We've got decent storage space remaining. Especially in food. The Huskies always select it's 2 storage zones here. One like this and one like this. And this one's allowed dead bodies and this one isn't allowed dead bodies because the cooks weren't going up and processing the dead animals. So I brought all the dead animals closer. It worked. The cooks now process the dead animals right away. But the dogs hauling the rice always select somewhere in this because this is the closest storage zone. So you'll see rice go down here, but you'll never see them bloody drop it in here. But milk is allowed in here and not in here, and so they drop the milk there. Yeah, whatever, it works. They are allowed to drop rice in here. There's no prohibition. They just choose not to because the others are closer. It's kind of interesting that way. You slowly learn a little bit about how they all work. Gorilla's cooking up a storm there. We're now cooking a lot of luxury meals, like 38. We'll be back up to 55 luxury meals by the end of the day. People are cranking. Oh, we got another person ripping their clothes off. So really we need to watch. It's Gizmo doing it this time. But with the turnover in those outer things, every time something nice gets put in an outer thing, you know. But no, good, he got a nice parka. And that is at 64, so it'll get burned. And it getting burned will trigger Sammy, our main tailor, to make a new parka, because these are all red, 9 out of 9 existing. But as soon as that parka gets torched, Sammy will jump up, grab some wool, and make a fresh parka. Then she'll dump the fresh parka here. And what happens over time is slowly the crap stuff does filter to these, because when people are changing one, they don't rip it off. They only rip it off like that when it's at 64. But when they're switching to one they like better, they wear it to the new location and dump it at the location. So when someone's wearing a 75 and they decide they want a normal 88, they'll never decide they want a normal 88 because our tailor's now so much better than that. So let's see if there's a good one here. Yeah, so if good 77, they'll never choose it. So that's working nicely. Let's head for the next fortification. Normal 81, they'll never choose it. Good 80, they might choose it, but they'll come out here and dump something worse. And so the filtering works. The only time we get this problem with people freezing themselves to go get new clothes is when we've had really sweet stuff dumped out there because of a new colonist arriving. So the system actually works fairly well. They do automatically on their own filter the junk down there. All those storages at the fortifications are considered important level, where this storage is considered normal level. So that's how the good stuff accidentally ends up there. But they are important level storages. We've saved now 3 people's lives, including Phoebe. That's 3 people's lives. Wanderer joins. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? A wanderer named Lexi has joined. We need to save immediately in case we mess up and she dies. Because I love colonists. Her name is Lexi. And let's have a look at her. Lexi, grunt. She's 94 years old. How's your health? Dementia and cataracts. Great! But she gets around all right. Lexi, welcome to the colony. She is coming sister. Well, we're definitely not throwing her out then. So let's just see. What's the closest fortification? It's right here. So Lexi, you're drafted. I'm glad she can move okay. Otherwise, she really would freeze. It's 114 below. And I want you to get inside here. Now. Fast. And we will just see if she can make it here. We can't get anyone out here fast enough to rescue her for sure. So let's see if she can pull it off before she gets hypothermia. Go, Lexi, go. Yeah, it looks like she's good. She doesn't even have hypothermia yet. Alright. Pause the game. We will undraft her. And is she going to wear those pants right beside her? No, she's not. So we're going to have to force wear all this stuff on her. Gonna grab that. Force wear it. What was she wearing? A cloth shoddy parka. Yeah, we'll have to forbid that so no one wears it. We're going to force wear these alpaca pants. And we're going to force wear this alpaca toque. You can dump your junk there. Will you haul? Yeah. Take that parka with you when you come in, please, Lexi. Oh, snap. It's an important one. So she just hauls it to there. So here's the solution I developed. Delete the storage zone. Lexi, haul the parka. Grab it. And as soon as she repaths, so that'll just take her a second. Now she's repathed. So I go architect, zone area, stockpile zone. I pop a stockpile zone there. I check it. I clear all. And then I go to apparel, allow non-dead man's apparel, and click parka. And so it's good. And then we switch it back to important. Close it up, save it. And done. And now that she's repathed, she will take that parka to the new path, even though the other path is important. Thank you, game, for having that functionality. Now they're going to go all bippling around, replacing all the junk in there and wrecking my world. But that's okay as long as no one freezes to death. We have a new colonist. Let's give her a room. Now she's older, but she is not frail. Her movement is fine. So we're going to go ahead and give her this distant room. It's a bit rough, but she's not frail. Like Jerry's frail, so he got a fairly convenient room and he got an auto door. But this lady is not frail at all. She's hale. So she will get, well, it's currently the only unowned bed in the freaking place. Oh, Fallow and Lilu remarried. Fallow and Lilu remarried, by the way. That was so amazing. Okay, I thought I should tell you that. I had forgotten about it. But they broke up, and it was awful. They were so unhappy. And then, like, a year later, they started dating again, and then they got married, and everyone attended the wedding, and there were no fistfights at the wedding. Lexi, that's your bed. Cool. Okay, now let's check out her character and stuff. So, Lexi. First we're gonna... Oh, we gotta look at your character before we do anything. That's first thing. So, she was a convent child as a child. She was the child of an illicit affair, brought up by nuns in a medieval convent, learned the value of hard work and submission, but was taught that technology is heretical. She won't research. Lexi worked a variety of casual jobs to support her family, gaining a state of basic hands-on skills. She can cook, grow, and craft. She's ugly and she's a pyromaniac. Oh, I hate pyromaniacs. She's the colony's first. That's okay, we'll live with it. Okay, she's not a night owl. She likes social, she likes animals, she likes cooking, construction, growing, and crafting. She's great, actually. I like her. So let's do her restrictions up very fast. So knock some anything time on there. Yeah. Joy time goes here. And work time goes here. Everyone follows the same schedule. Area 2 is your restriction, madame. That's everything except the animal feed zones is what Area 2 is. May is unrestricted because he's the janitor and he doesn't haul. And Schultz is unrestricted because he's an animal handler and he won't haul. So they're both unrestricted. They can go in the feed zones. Done. Assign. You will attack enemies at all times. Nope. She won't do violent, so she'll flee enemy at all times. You will wear outfit 5. You will follow drug policy 5. And as soon as you're indoors, we'll clear your forced, and we'll do your work. So, being a patient, number 1. Being a doctor, you suck at it, number 4. Bed rest, number 1. Flick switches, number, 1. Wardening, you like social, number 2. Handling, you like animals, number 2. Cooking, you like cooking, number 2. Oh my god. Snap, she's good at too many things. Constructing, she likes, but we'll leave her at 3 because she's not high skill. Growing, she really likes, and she's good at it. So actually, we're bringing her up to growing 2, and we're knocking her down to cooking 3. We've got plenty of cooks. And we're knocking down to handling 3. We've got plenty of handlers. Wardening only happens occasionally when we have prisoners. Not a worry. Plant cut 1, because everyone's gotta. And crafting she likes. We'll put her on a 3 for now. We might turn that up if she gains some skill at it. Cleaning and researching and all that stuff. She won't do researching. Okay, fine. She's set up for her work. So we will save our game on that. Now we're going to send her indoors. We're going to forbid that cloth parka. So we're going to speed everything up. Someone needs treatment. Oh my god, this asthma is constant. Lady, you are cooking, not eating, so you can be interrupted. Now Lexi, we're going to let her get inside, and then we're going to forbid that cloth parka off. Sorry for the fast scroll, folks. We're going to forbid that cloth parka off so no one wears it by accident. Even though it's shoddy, we can't risk it. We've got another one over here that's a good cloth parka that came in with Phoebe. We can't risk it. They're not good enough, and you freeze to death in them, and if they wear them by accident, they'll die. So we forbid it off, and we'll sell it. They're right by an orbital trade beacon, so we can sell them. So Lexi, we're now going to clear your forced garments. It's over here. Clear your forced garments, and then we're going to see what you do. So she's grabbing a cloth button-down shirt, nice, and she's grabbing a better quality toque, because we cleared her force. She can have what she wants now. So, where's she going for the damn toque? That's okay, she's only trading, so actually she's really serving us. Oh, she's done with the toque. She's smoking one. Sweet. And now what's she have to do? Sewing an area! She's working as a gardener. Lexi, we love you. You rock. Lexi, welcome to the colony, and we will reactivate our rice pods. Because I have a very strong feeling that the additional consumption represented by Lexi, we'll leave 4 of them off. Represented by Lexi will add up to something. We may even have to add to smoke leaf production. Smoke leaf's in a slow climb. I think I'll call it stone leaf from now on or something. It's in a slow climb. So we're good on it. But if she likes to smoke a lot, we may have to throw in a little more production. We'll see. We'll see. Might as well leave time on 1. We're not really wanting stuff to happen. We're just wanting to watch. The gardening team's in full effect. As soon as you shut down construction, the gardening team is really in full effect. Like, look at that. Colonist needs treatment. This just never ends lately. The asthma, maybe it's getting worse. No, it's still asthma minor, so that's cool. I should do a generalized health check on everyone. I try to. Wow, we have a lot of colonists right now. We are really a big colony right now. I think I'll just fire on all that rice production. I'll just go ahead with it. We've got the hands. Look at them go. And Lexi's quite a good gardener. She's obviously not as fast as the others. Look, she was carrying a packaged survival meal of her own. So we haven't even had to feed her yet. You know, this is one old lady who takes care of herself. We like Lexi. She's handling her business. She's rolling a dupe. Good one, Lexi. She's heading way over here to this crafting station to do it, which is actually kind of... Is that where she's going? Or she's heading down to this crafting station to do it, and there's none rolled here. Oh no, there's a few. They get used up faster here. So we've got 2 rolling stations, but they get used up faster. Well, so for next episode, I guess all that's happening is I'm deciding whether or not to keep the garish rug, or maybe change the lighting around it or something, like switch it to green maybe, I don't know, switch it to green maybe, I don't know. Because yeah, the area of plain looking slate in the, oh my god, colonist needs treatment. It's just, I think it's just a coincidence. It's not that they're needing treatment for their asthma more often, it's just that it all happened to time at the same time. They all got asthma at different times, so they all have different times it comes. So there's going to be moments like this where it's just steady medical work. At least that's what I'm hoping. Otherwise I'm going to be replacing some lungage. Let's check his health. Asthma minor. Not an issue. Speed 1. So maybe kill the garish rug, or maybe just change the lighting. That might be an option. What time is it? It's 7 p.m. I won't be able to get it done today, and we don't want to wait through the night just to look at the lighting. So we'll think about it. I might just change the lighting up and try to keep the garish rug. And we're going to get some chess sets in. Maybe 4 of them. maybe 6 of them. But we're going to get some chess sets in, and I guess we're going to make them out of slate. I know the TV couches are off center. I didn't want to fix the room anymore. It's too hard. It looks okay from, like, orbit. I'm not sad about it. The rug, I'm kind of sad about. It looks brutal from up here in orbit. And nasty. Oh, you can see we had a huge power blowout here, eh? Like, there's still some scrap. We lost 2 turbines, and a whole bunch of snow got melted, and rock got damaged here. Slate down, or granite down to 88%. It was a big explosion. It blew all this stuff up, and it set 2 turbines on fire, and they burned out before we could catch them. No big. It did cost us 6,000 watts, and we noticed the 6,000 watts, which means our power system is close to balance. But I've got everything switched on and powered up, and I've been jamming stuff in, so I'm happy with the power system. It is robust enough for the moment. I'd love to get another geotherm. I mean, I know it's only worth 2.5 windmills in actual daily output, but it's more reliable, and it breaks down less often than 2.5 windmills. Takes up less room than 2.5 windmills, like, just basically. I mean, I was at first I was really liking the way our windmill chains looked, and now I'm just like, those are maintenance chains, and they're in the way of people walking, so they have to go round them. That's what they are now. It's like maintenance chains that are hard to walk around. I tried to keep them relatively close to the base as much as I could. You know, they need plenty of room. You don't want to interfere with the fan area. You got to put them so they don't interfere with each other's fan areas, basically. I think they can stand a thing or two of overlap, but that's about it. Otherwise, you're deconstructing. That's Gizmo's tailoring. Sweet. He's getting some crafting in. Good. He needs it. His crafting's 11. Okay, good. So he'll make good clothes. He's making a button-down shirt. Battery has broken down. Did we get our parkas made? Let's check the tailoring bills. No, we need a parka, a pair of pants, and a button-down shirt. But Sammy is already started the parka pants, and Gizmo's making the shirt, so we're good. Glad Gizmo's getting some in, and it's good he picked a shirt. It's quick to do. The only quicker thing, I think, is the toque. So it's good he picked a shirt, because then he'll get it done before his shift ends. Oh, it's only 10 p.m. He's just starting his shift. The gardening team has been in full effect, because normally Gizmo has to garden all night. So now the gardening team's really working out. That's because construction's not been happening, because I've been sitting here talking while the days go by. That's really good for the base. We need that relaxation time in between projects. It's looking good with the carpet. I'm not sure about carpeting the hallways. I want to carpet them, but cream, dark, dark. I'll test it out and see how it looks. We've got what? 2,000 cloth built up. We can do a fair bit of carpeting with that, not a giant amount. I should probably build and carpet out a room. Look, I've put a sculpture in one. Let's build out and carpet a room. Let's do it right now. So build a door, and we'll build a plant pot. Gonna build a plant pot right here. We'll build a lamp. I love the copy button, eh? We'll put the lamp right near the plant pot, and we're gonna, oops. We're going to build a heater, build a copy of that, and we'll put the heater over here in this corner. We're going to build a slate blocks bed, and we're going to put that down in here. That looks nice. And we're going to grab some carpet, floors, and we're going to put the cream carpet because that's the bedroom standard at this point. So I'll just throw cream carpet in this bad boy. I'd better check my roofing zones to make sure I covered this area too. They auto roof really, but you know what? It's best to do it because then if a roof gets damaged, it's going to get fixed. So, best to do your roofing areas, lads and lassies, and don't overdo them because they consider roofs like high priority. So if you overdo your roofs, you're wasting a lot of construction time. They do build fast. So we got that laid in. We got another room laid in just in case. We should probably almost lay in 2 because we have 2 couples. We've got Cummings and Min. And Fallow and Lilu are couples right now. Sarai no longer has a partner. And May no longer has a partner. Where is May? Where have I got May sleeping? I hope everybody has a bed. Oh, where's May sleep? Dude, I thought May slept where I've got Sarai. Where's May? Where does May sleep? You know what? There's an easy way to do this. There we are. Oh, he sleeps up here above the workshop. Nice. Oh, he needs a sculpture. What do we got? That's a poor quality one. That's a normal quality one. It's a superior, poor. We do have some new artists working for sure then. Excellent. So what's the art? Red Pavai, training a husky. That's kind of boring. Good, not good enough, not good enough. Normal, no, no. Superior, that's good. It's a hare wearing a raincoat, moving to the right with a dead camel fading in behind the focal point. And the image is devoid of plenty and goodwill. I kind of like that. Oh, it's called Community of Schultz. Okay, the title. It's going in based on title, and it's going to sit right there beside May's bed to keep him company. Perfect. That'll bring his room standard up and make him a little happy. Does he have an impressive bedroom happiness bonus? Slightly impressive bedroom. So if we crank him up on that, let's try Sarai with her 2 sculptures. Impressive bedroom gets you 1 more point. 3 for slightly and 4 for impressive. And it goes up from there, I'm sure. It scales up fast. That gold sculpture has a beauty of 1,740. So if we look at a Masterwork slate here, got a beauty of 230. And we go over to our Masterwork gold, which was hard to come by that gold. I can tell you that took a long time. It's been like a year and a half at the colony since we did an episode, eh? And that has a beauty of 1,740. And it's a surgery sculpture, so I'm a little unsure where to put it. It sort of belongs to the hospital. The hospital has a couple of decent surgery sculptures in it, and the hospital's set up for a 2 sculpture ideal. There's nowhere to center anything. But there's nowhere to bloody center anything here either. So I thought what I might do is have a sculpture next to each chess table or something, or maybe some sculptures near these pillars. Or I'm unsure, and I don't want to overdo it, but I do want to crank the beauty in here up. And throwing a 1,740 beauty sculpture in, let me tell you, it's going to crank the beauty up. What are the beauty points of this room? Let's check the actual number. So the beauty in here, it's at pretty 4.72. So I'm thinking that that's going to divide that. I think it's going to divide the numbers up, and also there's localized beauty for the colonists as well. So there's the total beauty of the room, but there's also localized beauty as they pass through things. That's what this meter's for. Like if I slide over here, beauty here 22.0, beauty here 6.5, 2.0 down here. Get over here. Beauty is 3.4, you know. Beauty next to the sculpture is 3.9. But yeah, beauty next to this monstrosity is 22.0. Oh, need warm clothes. Someone else is up to it, eh? Are you really? Well, let's see where he goes. We'll turn speed up to max. Woo, that's actually too fast to follow him. We'll bring speed back down to 2. And we'll tab Gorilla so we can watch his path. And we'll see his path form when he decides to go somewhere. So, looks like he is getting a muffalo wool too. Nice, buddy, nice. I love to see this muffalo wool working into everyone's clothing. I'm so happy about it. But we gotta breed some more muffalo up, which we're doing. No, you stay in the house right now. Oh god, he's got both hackles up. Oh well, that's a good nose to end the episode on. My dog's about to go savage the neighbor's dogs. He is fenced, but he'll still do it. He'll go. He's awful. There we are. Green rice growing. I reactivated those after deactivating them all in one episode. The farm is mooing. We've got cows and muffalos and alpaca. We're probably going to eat those alpaca pretty soon. Yum, yum. Feast upon their flesh and wear their leather for shirts. That's what happens to llamas, folks. Anyway, hope you guys had a good time touring the colony here today. And we'll bring you whatever happens to the rec room next time. We got our chairs and stuff. Oh, sorry, my dog. I had to look away. We got our chairs and stuff for the wedding, and then I'm thinking this is too loud. It's like a checkered shirt. It's really too loud, so probably pull it. We'll see, and we will see you all soon for the next episode. So until then, all the colonists wave goodbye. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.